Like if he had 50K followers and they was all authentic, and you like, nah, nigga, ain't none of them bots. And I could tell right away if they bots or not too, based on the engagement. Like if you got 50,000 followers, every motherfucking, if you got 50 to 100,000 followers, every single thing you post gonna have up to 2 to 5,000 likes, and you're gonna have between 170 comments on every single post to 300.
Holla at your boy. We on Ezim TV. This your host Trey Ezim, and we are in Brooklyn, disclosed area right here, and we have a special guest who has been on, on go time. You feel me? Constantly busy man. I want y'all to give it up for my boy Umi, who's in the building. You feel me? How you been, fam? It's been a long time.
Oh man, it's been too long, brother. Too long, brother.
Yeah.
And I want to first of all big up you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if cats realize your efforts. You know what I'm saying? And
appreciate it.
I mean, it's important, man, that we salute cats that's got an uncanny and undying dedication to the culture, right? Because it's so needed, man. This shit has been co-opted and it's been saturated to the point that when we recognize the real entities in it, and I don't give a fuck how big or how small, that ain't what counts. What counts is the consistent effort.
That's real tough.
Because that shit, it means something, man. And
tough.
And so for cats that don't know, that's my peoples that just happen to click on because you seen a nigga name or whatever, or the Dead Prez mantra. Know that this is my brother Trey Ezim, and the shit that he has offered the culture is super consistent and is super worthy of just saluting. You know what I'm saying? So
appreciate you, fam.
Throw that back right at you, man.
Yeah, man.
Shit's been good, man. Shit,
that's what's
niggas
up.
Stay up, man. Even when everybody around us is down, we don't know nothing but just stay fucking up. You know
that's
what
what's up. Yeah, I start off interviews with the who's, the what's, the when's, the where's, and the why's. Basic current events. So we can start off with the who, in case the people don't know who you are. I know you mentioned Dead Prez.
Right.
Affiliated. What is your, affiliation with them so the people could get an idea of?
Right. I mean, of course, man. And before even Dead Prez, what's important that as the shit comes up, I'm Umi, right? It's you and I. That's me. Before all that other shit, right? Umi RBG is the brand that I rep my music under, and the RBG is from the family that I came from. The RBG family is at the helm of what we did vocally was Dead Prez, and luckily for me, I was there from ultimately the beginning of the industry process. They had been grinding way before I met them, which was really important too, man, because I had been doing the same thing. And I think that's what collectivized our emotion. Right. Because when I finally had the chance to merge with them, they had motion and I had motion. And so...
Because you was already with a group too.
Yeah,
POW, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and before POW, we had a collective. It was Court.
Okay.
And the Court shit was out of Connecticut. A hell of a team that I had that was mostly they were all from New York. So when I came to New York, we got to that, you know what I'm saying? And we were able to land a deal with Shelter Music Group at that time. They was distributed through Sony. And Dead Prez was distributed through Sony through Loud.
Right.
And so because of that connection, we saw eye to eye with just how to do business. They was funny enough always trying to get out their deal. We was trying to get into a deal, and that parallel meant a lot too, right? Because we offered each other different insights based on where we were at in the game.
Right.
And I think when they realized my business acumen, they didn't want to let me go. They was like, yo, nigga, it's ways you can help us and help yourself. Let's figure that out. You know what I'm saying? And
talk to the people about your business prowess, because there are people who learn the game through trial and error. And I'm quite sure everybody has learned business in that format.
That's how most of us learned it. Unfortunately, most of us learned it through trial and error. The difference with me is I actually, I was a scholar at one time. It was,
Right, let's get to that.
you know what I mean? I was lucky enough to walk both lines. I sat with all the gangsters and shit. My closest friends was gangsters all day.
Right.
So I walked 5 toes in that world. I never was 10 toes down in that world, so that kept me alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also 5 toes down in the world of books and shit. I was all A nigga. I was flying around the world, getting scholarships to all the schools and shit.
Right.
All my niggas that wasn't gangsters was ball players, and they was going to colleges all around the world because they was that good.
Right.
And
as athletes.
Yeah.
And
so I decided to take the scholar route, you know what I mean? Because I was definitely trying to get the fuck out of the South. I was in Mississippi and Alabama at that time. So I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna get out of there and come to the North. And I wanted to do music, you know what I'm saying? That was my thing, you know what I'm saying? So the scholarship is like anything else. I had to figure out the way to use them books to get the fuck out of my environment to get to the next level. And I had to level up, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to do that, get a few master's degrees under the belt. And so when I first came into the game trying to be an artist, it didn't happen for me as swiftly as I wanted for it to happen. So I had to still get paid. I had to figure out this shit. So I started offering my services, and as it relates to contracts, as it relates to,
so you studied contracts early in the game.
Well, I hadn't studied them shits. I just knew how to read them shits. I mean, like most of us will know how to read them. They just tedious documents that take a whole lot of detailed time.
Right.
And so that shit that we don't have most times. I mean, we don't want to tap into the thing that make you focus that much to get into that.
Right.
And I wanted to get a contract. I was trying to get a multi-million-dollar contract. So I longed to see what they looked like, see what they felt like, till I was going to Barnes and Nobles and to the libraries, getting old contracts, looking for niggas that was getting new contracts, so I could see what I was gonna get myself into, what I could already fit to. I felt like I was the best nigga rap wise, so I was like, it ain't but a matter of time for a nigga offer me this shit. Let me just know it like the back of my hand.
Right.
Fuck a lawyer. I had to get a contract for the lawyer because them niggas is shiesty as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I was the only nigga I could trust, you know what I mean? So that was my motivation more than anything. And I started using those skills for some of my friends and shit, like just helping them decipher contracts. Started booking niggas as well because I started my own booking company. So I started creating contracts.
Right.
And that's creating the perfect contract for a nigga that's your friend, but you still gotta contract his ass up, but you don't want to step on his toes as a fucking man.
Right.
So then you learn the world of contracts, and I was able to do that young, you know what I'm saying? I started that in 99. And so, you know what I mean, when the heyday of hip hop came, I was already in that shit. I was knee deep fucking around with it. And so I could use that as a skill set to offer that to niggas to get the fuck on the road, to travel, to figure out ways to do shows, to,
Most people graduate and they have a career lined up. Did you know from the gate that was going to be your career once you left college? Did you ever see yourself like...
I wish I could say that.
Because there's so many people who have different, got engineers, you got ball players, you got entertainers, you got people who don't go to college to really study the business side of it, and they're so absorbed into the game before they realize that somebody is, robbing them.
I mean, that's how it mostly happen. Most time happen. Unfortunately, a lot of the niggas that get contracts, they want young talent. That's the first thing. These niggas is pedophiles, like in terms of their approach. They want to get young talent and molest them. You know what I mean? So when you're dealing with urban talent, you're dealing with poverty.
Right.
So we had the most vulnerable states to sign contracts and just offer us anything. The nigga Puffy, and any other black nigga that does it, I look at them way different, because that's the game, right? That's the game.
Yeah, it's
right?
a game within the game.
It's a game within the game. And if you don't know the game, nigga, you shouldn't be playing around with the game. You know what I mean? So niggas that got caught up in them contracts, it's unfortunate as fuck. A lot of my friends got caught in them contracts, and it's unfortunate. But, when they go back and look at it, they more upset with themselves more than they are for the game.
For the
They
game.
like, damn, I played myself, you know,
Right.
and that's an ill feeling because only you could get over that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got niggas like that's preying on niggas,
preying on you,
they preying on you, and they leaning on you to get you in these fucked up contracts. They leaning on you to get your, you know, your
it's putting you in a messed up, vulnerable, position.
That's their whole. That's their intent from the beginning. They want to claim your, you know, your ability to make your royalties, which is through your publishing. They want to figure out a way to do that. They offer you some bullshit for that from the beginning, some money you never seen. Like, I give you $200,000, you know, to sign this contract with me, which is recoupable first of all for them. So they're gonna give you $200,000, which is an advancement on your production cost to make your album. Right. I'm gonna give you $200,000 to sign with me, and then I'll give you $250,000 for half of your publishing.
Wow,
that's a puffy deal. And
wow.
You know you fuck when a nigga offer you some shit like that, because you know you gotta take it. Like when you ain't got no money and you like 500,000, like
he could put you in places and seats. He could get your name out there.
You like, I may never see that. I may never see that
ever again in your life.
I might die tomorrow.
Right.
Real nigga, I might die in a week.
Yeah.
You know, so they sign that away, not knowing that they may be Biggie. They may be Notorious B.I.G. Where they publishing becomes worth damn near $1 billion over a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? And they sold away they gave half of it away for $200,000 to a scumbag. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's horrible.
So that's understanding the game. And so I say all that to say, you know, it comes with time and a lot of time failure for you to really understand it. And then there is cats that study the game early. There's cats. I didn't go to college for that. You know, I wish I had been up ahead on terms of how I wanted to move.
Right.
I would have went to school for film and business development. Like that would have been my thing. That's what I do now.
Right.
But I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn. I couldn't have learned that in school.
You couldn't learn that.
I had to go through the route,
step by step.
Right. Yeah. That way, from a janitor to a CEO, I really know that business, and there ain't nothing in that business I ain't did. And I wouldn't have been like that if I went to school there. I would have came out in an advanced position. I would have missed all those previous steps, and I would have just moved forward. And that's how a lot of niggas is moving in the industry currently.
Right.
They don't know shit about the hustle of the industry, but they tied up in big executive positions, and they running around here talking some fuck shit, you know, so.
They get it mixed up. That leads to my next question in terms of like how do you respond to critics who say hip hop has become like commercialized, you know, and that it's kind of like, some people say that it might have lost its edge, you know, to a degree.
Yeah, shit. I don't say shit. I say you right.
Right.
I say you right. I say hip hop is a commodity that's been co-opted. It used to be the people that was dictating the message. Now it's fucking Budweiser, nigga.
Right.
I mean, that's just, I would say you're correct, and I would say, you know, that's also the importance of supporting real artists that's trying to offer something different too.
Right.
You know, like we gotta, half that shit mad niggas don't even love. You know, it's just that's what the money's getting pumped into, and so that's what you're hearing. You know what I'm saying?
How do you see hip hop's role in shaping like the political discourse, especially in today's climate?
I mean, where it should be, I say, because this is the power of hip hop. Like hip hop is actually like what Chuck D and old school rappers attested to. Like it is the CNN of the community. Like you want to know what's going on and the feather and the heartbeat of the people.
Right.
You listen to rap.
Right.
Listen to the urban offering. You know, that's just what happens. You know, you look at that, you see what's going on, and you understand the heartbeat of the street. If you really listen to the music, you know. It was a period of time when music went from being a vessel of THC. It was a weed thing,
right?
In terms of the artist's preference of drug,
right?
Till it became a Molly thing, till it became
perks, and all these
a
other
Percocet thing, till it became drugs you can't even fucking pronounce and just be out here mumbling raps. And if you go back as listeners, you can distinctly see that in the music. You can see
progression, yeah.
You can see the plight in our inability to even dictate what drug we on because of where we at in the community and where we at in the social atmosphere.
That's crazy.
You can hear that in the music. You can hear all of that. Like, you know, that's where mumble rap come from. Mumble rap come from niggas that's so fucking high and so fucked up that it ain't about the words no more. It's about the vibration. It's about the feel. And then you could place the words yourself, nigga. Like, what I need to write the words for, nigga? I gave you the feel. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And that's how a nigga feel, because a bunch of them be on drugs, and that's how that shit works.
Like, so, fill in the blank.
Fill in the blanks, nigga. And then they mad at us when we call it a spade. Like, yo, that's some bullshit mumble rap. They be like, wait, you ain't high, nigga. You ain't get high enough. Get higher, nigga. Take this drug. So, my point is, the power of hip hop is phenomenal, man. And until we acknowledge it and recognize it as artists and as a community that supports it and enforces it,
right,
it's gonna be a
so
shell
you
of
feel
it.
Basically that it's phenomenal, especially on a political.
Absolutely.
Discourse,
I mean, on any front, like if it was if you want niggas to be gangster, high profile, run around here ready to shoot the police and do this or shoot each other.
Did Dead Prez music often, like, you know, tackle systematic issues? Do you feel like the messages is getting through to the masses nowadays? You know, because back then, you know, it was nothing radio friendly. It was, you know, but they still had unique followers who knew what time it was. And now that social media and different avenues have these different outlets, you know, it's a different world right now. So, I mean, it definitely tackled different issues, especially of today. I was just curious in terms of the masses. Do you still think they're still growing, you know what I'm saying, with the material that they have been putting out throughout the years? And because there's people who, they want to know who you are, as far as your history or where you came from. I mean, I played stuff to somebody who never heard of Dead Prez, and it blew their mind. You know, the school song when they was in the y'all Sister Man, whatever. I mean, that and a couple other ones, but it's good to see the gap between like 5 years and 10 years of somebody just never clueless, and then they hear it because either they thought that they was the only spirit doing it,
right?
And then I'm like, nah, hold on, homie, check this out.
I mean, I think the feather of what
with Dead Prez is like,
the feather of what Dead Prez and the RBG family offers, unfortunately, it's going to be needed until systematic racism is absent from our lives. And unfortunately, I don't see that happening no time soon. You know, so it's unfortunate that the shit that, you know, we was talking about in 1999 is super relevant today. Like, that's not what we wanted. That wasn't our intention, right? Like, we started like highlighting shit that was going on that nobody else was talking about, that we wanted to see change. So that when 25 years of, you know, our career, which happened last year, came around, we wouldn't be in this same position. And when it came around, we were somewhat upset that we were still in this position, that we was super relevant. Yeah, as we were 1999. We just did a 25-year tour, world tour. Right. You know, most of those shows sold out, you know, luckily. But
recently, y'all did that. Where did y'all travel from?
That was last year. We did that from June, late June last year, all the way through December, the first week of December. Wow. We ended it in Paris. And I mean, no, we actually didn't. We ended the Europe and run in Paris, the top of December, and then we did the last 2 weeks of December
and that's how you gain new people. Yeah, that's how you gain with the touring.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I think that now where we're at in the game, the touring lends itself for mostly old fans and one or two stragglers of new fans.
Some people bring their kids.
Yeah, which is beautiful. I mean, it's a whole a lot of that happens. They bring their kids. But what's important there is the platform exists, right, for either old or new. That somebody still finds it important to feed through hip hop this medium, and so we feel super blessed about that. You be able to work your thing for 25 years
25
and
years.
still be able to find love there. That's incredible, and so, we're super thankful for that, super grateful, but at the same time, like I said, it's bittersweet because the information that we offered, we would hope could be addressed differently today, but it can't be. Like, it's the same bullshit going on, it's the same paradigms, same bullshit presidents with the same bullshit ethos systems. And here we go again, standing at the pit bottom of all of these shits as black families, and so there's a problem with that, systematically, but we still at it, and we still gonna motherfucking break our back to try to change shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing changed on that level.
They had a song that they played on Dave Chappelle's show that was really like mind blowing to the underground scene, and I think Dave's success catapulted
Absolutely
what they were trying to display on the masses of a stage.
Absolutely. I mean,
what's your take on that segue?
Well, Dave is the brother, so I want to always, when I'm doing something, I want to send super support to Dave, his family, his whole team. Dave is a brother of mine. He has been for 25 years, in that same regard.
How did y'all meet?
I met Dave through Yasin. At that time, me and Yasin,
better known as
Most Def, for cats who don't know that, formerly known as Dante.
There you go. If you really want
That's
to
my brother.
Right.
Me and Yasin go back from the beginning of my days in New York.
Right.
And shout to Dream Hampton for establishing that connection. And we were just friends. We just were that. We were friends. We would do dinners. We'd go eat at Blue Ribbon all the time and just talk about the current state of music and the current state of society. And we became friends through the like-minded work that we participate in doing, and we would always be there, and niggas wouldn't be there. And so I grew to trust him, and over time I grew to work with him and helping produce shows and whatever else he needed. And
that's funny because
and so that became a link in my career movements. And
when me and you met in Connecticut, he came in to perform there. I don't know if you remember that, but the whole crowd, white people, everybody knew word for word songs that I never even heard before. Like, so you didn't know him then?
I mean, that's the first time I met him. I didn't know him though. Nope, I didn't know him. That's when the first time I met him. I mean, and it's what's crazy is, I've been kind of dealing with him in some way ever since.
Right.
But we didn't become true friends until probably 01, 2000, something like that. And then when we became friends, he used to take me to a little nightclub in the in the village called the Comedy Cellar that Dave used to frequent. Dave used to go up there and just freestyle and go up there all
exercise.
The time. And we used to support it. And that's where I met Dave. And that's a relationship I held close because we just were like-minded black men trying to do it in the ways we were trying to do it. And we had nothing to be competitive about. I think a lot of hip-hop artists don't just build bridges with each other. It take a like-minded moment or something, because it'd be competition there. And so sometimes you feel like, yo, this nigga is gonna step on my toes and blah, blah.
No egos there when you're around a circle of people.
We just was
to have the best interest for you to just be who you genuinely are.
Yeah, and we wanted the best for each other. And that became a beautiful friendship that to this day, I spend my birthdays with Dave every shit for the last 5 years, every year. And I try to spend his birthdays with him.
Right.
Whatever we could do to, keep the brotherhood going. That's what we do. So that's where I met him from.
Yeah. What advice would you give to somebody that's like, up and coming in this stage right now? You got so many avenues, so many directions, and you are definitely a pillar of knowledge that, like somebody that's really just trying to scratch the surface, whether they want to be independent or trying to find a label. Quite sure it's different these days.
I would say, man, wait for the sirens. That's a real interesting question from the position I sit in now, right? A nigga that done pretty much did it all because I had to. And because I got kids. I think I look at it different now. Like, I literally did it all because I had to.
Right.
That ain't the right way for none of you niggas to go. Ain't no need for you to do it all, bro. Like, and to be 3,000 with you, you can't do nothing alone.
Right, yeah.
Like, you can't do nothing alone.
There's
like,
people who look like they doing it alone.
Ain't
but there's people who
nobody
don't
doing
realize that they got a team supporting them.
It goes so deep that I don't know these young rappers, and I don't know what's going on currently because I stay out the scene.
Right.
Because I got my own fucking scene right now, so I'm good with that shit. But I do know that if you call out any rapper that came on the scene, like literally from 1988 to 2000 and maybe 5, I could tell you the connection of that rapper, how they came to the scene. Nobody did it on their own.
Right.
It might have been one motherfucker that was the exception. It may have been. But that shit is few and far between. Like, nobody does it on their own. It's always a rope that's thrown back that helps somebody, that positions somebody, that even if you did get to whatever tier, you still needed somebody to fucking reach that hand out and pull you up. That's just what the game is authentically about, man.
Yeah.
And so the quicker you understand that, the quicker you can begin your journey, right? And your journey is just that. It's your journey. It's you understanding what's your particular craft. And that's particular. The more particular you get at your craft, the more you become a motherfucking savant, nigga. Like, just what you understand. Like, a nigga who out here doing everything because he got to, that nigga's a jack of a lot of trades, such as myself, you know? So I'm not knocking you niggas. I'm just telling you what it is from fucking understanding this shit, from living this shit. You know how long it took me to make what I got, nigga? It shouldn't take you that long, nigga. Like, you put your shit in order, and this is what you do. And you do that, nigga.
Right.
That 10,000 hour rule, that's some bullshit, nigga. It take 50,000 hours, and you just piercing the surface. So the Serena Williams, the niggas, the Dave Chappelles, the niggas that started at 12. Dave started doing comedy at 14 years old. He knew what he wanted to do. It ain't no by chance when he gets to be 50, whatever, he's the greatest comedian alive. It ain't by chance, nigga. That's because he put the hours in and he put the work in. It is that he is a special being. That's the part that you can't tell. But the level of success for you to have comes with that amount of fortitude, that amount of work, that amount of understanding that you got to go that hard, man. And it's about picking your vessel, like your one vessel, nigga, and pouring your shit in there. Yeah, you can have one or two things you fall back on, but your fallback plan is what, nigga? Nothing, nigga. I'm not fucking losing, nigga. That's your fallback plan. And if you go with that true spirit, you won't fail, man. You won't fail. The spirits won't have you fail. Like, you know, unless you a fucked up nigga and you deserve to be on your ass. Because you will be on your ass a few times. But if you keep going at what you're going, you still gonna win. Even if you a fucked up nigga. Because unfortunately, that ain't the thing that makes it all money come and resource. If that was the case, nigga like Puff would be broke as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't what draws this thing. You know, like, so you got to decide for yourself what you want to do, and then you got to go claim your victory, nigga. Like, all day. Like, and be relentless with your fucking grind. If not, you don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of the grind, I've seen a moment that kind of, it was special to me. 'Cause I know you for a minute, and then seeing somebody who's well known in the industry pay homage to you on stage while you're doing your thing. And it took me by, I was like, wow. In that moment, I just wanted to get your little take on what you was thinking when KRS-One gave you props. You know what I mean, on that night. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that was a while ago, and you know what's important to for other people to understand that, it'll be shit like that keep you going.
Right.
As an artist, and that happened so long ago in my career.
Where y'all was at? Do you remember?
Yeah, we was in LA, the Key Club.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. Chris came on stage. We seen the motherfucker.
That was your first time ever meeting him?
It was my first time meeting him. I met him in the stairwell on my way to go perform. And M1 was coming to watch. He used to come watch my first song or two to give me that love.
Right.
And he was coming down to watch my first little, because he loved a couple of first records I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm bringing them out anyway, so he gets a gauge of the crowd,
right,
all that
get
shit.
His little feel on.
And then he'll go back upstairs or wherever the dressing room was at. And so that particular time, we coming downstairs and Chris is coming upstairs, and one of Non-Stop is the nigga that brought Shout to Stop. He that's one of Chris's old managers, good brother out of LA. He brought him through, and so we ended up meeting in the stairwell. But I literally was going on stage, so I couldn't really fuck with him much.
Right, yeah.
So I met him, and then they kicked it in the stairwell, and then I went up there and did my thing. I'm thinking, Chris,
he must have went upstairs.
I'm thinking he went to the VIP, to the green
right,
room
yeah.
with him and Stick.
He stuck around.
That nigga went to the balcony seats.
Whoa.
And M went to the green room, and he was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna get the vibe of the show." He's like, "This sound like real hip hop." This is what M tells me he says to him, and then he goes and watch the show, and I don't know this. I'm doing the show. You know what I'm saying? So I go up there, and I'm in my shit at that time. Right. I'm really in my bag because it took me a long time to find my bag because my shit is way different. You know what I mean?
What's that like? Trying to find your bag.
It, oh man, that's like it's how I look, it's how I feel, it's like everything. Like it's everything. That shit is the cherry
preparation,
on top, nigga.
The process.
It's it's
preparation,
like,
the process.
And it's like, nigga, I'm untouchable up here. You feeling like that because this rap shit is like superhero shit. It's like when you into that zone, you get into this superhero character where you really got these superpowers, you untouchable. Depending on how far you take it, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's how I was feeling, my nigga. And I just remember it was a flawless show, no mistakes.
So when you got off the stage, that's when he approached you, or?
Well, nah, nigga, I show flawless. I bring out Dead Prez and I perform with Dead Prez too.
Gotcha.
Well, at that time it was, me and Dead Prez. I think now they say I am a part of Dead Prez. I don't know what else
right.
say.
right.
Like I give a fuck. Like, but
right.
Back then it's like, I'm bringing Stick and M out because these are the niggas that's got me here. So we'll give it up for these niggas. We just, you know what I mean? And but it rocks seamlessly into my set. We don't stop. My last song
goes right into
they're waiting right there
to go right into
to come in. And then after my last song is the introduction to the Dead Prez set.
Wow.
And then I stay on stage rocking with them. That's how that was in 01, nigga.
Y'all stage performance be crazy.
It was sick. I
remember in the studio with y'all over there near the X over there in Best over there wherever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And y'all was just
off of Malcolm X.
Off of Malcolm X. Y'all was rehearsing. And I think M1 said a question. I was answering the question. I didn't know that y'all was rehearsing. I was like, oh, I said, my bad. So I really see that y'all really take key to preparation. That's so important. And did you get that from them as far as when you prepare to go on stage yourself?
Yes, I did. I've always been a preparation type of nigga because I'm just.
But seeing them,
you get nervous, man. Like especially when you young. Right. And what's crazy is like I long for that feeling now. Like it's a feeling you get, and a lot of niggas know. Like because you a baller, you a performer.
Right, yeah.
Like right before you go on the court,
get nervous.
It's that feeling you get.
Adrenaline a little
and
bit.
Then you gotta go prove it to yourself that you all that you imagine yourself to be. And then they're the fucking proof of it. The crowd is a little different than ball because you gotta hit that shot and all that. But and you gotta hit them shots up there on that stage. But it's a little different, man. Because the element of there's a lot of elements that go into that. You ain't even gotta be that good to get the crowd on their shit if you that good.
Yeah, especially if the music is somewhat
There's a lot of shit
bit,
that goes on to that. You know, if you gotta have a commercial hit, you can have. There's a lot of things. But my point of it is. When you catch that feather and that moment calls for you, is this tightness that happens in your stomach. Right. And they say the butterflies or whatever they call it. But man, I long for that now. Like, I feel like if I'm not doing something to get that feeling in my stomach continually, right, I'm not pushing myself to the furthest that I could go. Because you get those feelings from doing normally new endeavors or putting yourself in a position that you got to show out, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a crowd watching or it's some shit going on that's bigger than you. And so my point is, hold fast to those moments, man, when you feel you might not motherfucking get through this one. This one might be tough. This one's got me a little nervous. This one's got me a little scared. Those are the moments that build character the most, man, that sharpen us up, that get us ready for the next moment, that keeps us ready for the next moment, you know? And so I find myself today longing for those moments. Yeah. You know, longing for tours so that we can have those opportunities. We don't tour like we don't, you know, we used to do 100-something shows a year.
So it must have been refreshing for the anniversary of it. You know, do y'all plan on...
Somewhat. Niggas is old too. Like you be looking on paper like, yeah, this is dope. And then the money come in, you like, this is dope. Especially now, you know, niggas is getting more than we used to. So it was like, it's dope. But it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
And you forget that until you get out there. And everybody's going to get sick. Everybody's
and then you don't forget it when you're in it. Because you can't avoid the process.
You in it. You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. And especially if your fans lure you in and
I'm doing it all, man. I'm doing the after parties.
You're doing the after parties. You being sociable.
The signing, the signatures.
Right.
I'm touring the city. I'm smoking all the weed I can smoke. Right. I'm just having a ball, man, and I'm touching down with the community, and I'm trying to find out what the people really
with your
need.
music.
You know
got a little purpose with it.
I love it, man. So we don't get the opportunity to do that as much as we used to.
Right.
Although we about to go on tour May 23rd to June the 12th. June the 19th actually. We still move around, but it's not as often as it used to be, you know.
Right. And what's it about collaborations in terms of certain artists that don't do the type of music that you do? Is it automatically shut down?
No. I think that sometimes lends itself to offer international and worldly opportunity. You know, if you can really look outside your genre, outside your comfort zone, and find a direct mesh with somebody else that got some dope shit going on. Mm-hmm. But that's it's few and far between. I think, that depends on the two artists that's collaborating or the few artists that's collaborating. Is an authentic, organic thing that happens. And I think what happens most times is this music is so industry manipulated and generated that you got people that's trying shit and they're like, yo, let's get this nigga from Bali to do some shit.
If it don't make sense, don't even mix it up.
And most of the times it's about crossing economic barriers instead of culture barriers. And so the authenticness of it is questionable.
Make sense, yeah.
But we see it all the time, right? We see it a lot now with the combination of hip hop and Afrobeat sounds. We see it. We've seen it with house and hip hop. We've seen it with rock.
Is that because of the DJs merging, or really artists really attacking?
You've seen artists actually
try to get on these tracks.
Like you think about Drake, Beyonce. They both put out house albums. You think about the culture having the ability to bridge to any other genre of music. That's the difference of hip hop than any other sound, right? from all of these other elements of music, hip hop is built, right? And so it's nothing for us to collaborate with anybody. Reggae, reggaeton, fucking African, Cuban sounds. We could do all that, but the intention got to be pure. And a lot of times the connections got to be just organically molded, and then some dope shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, ground on up from early stages of hip hop to now, different sounds, different producers. Name some of the, producers that might have impacted you.
Producers, wow.
Along with your project, or even some that.
See, like I'm a heyday nigga, like I'm a heyday rap nigga, like I'm a fucking fan of like Marley Marl. Like I was there when the music got good. Like
Marley right down the street from me.
You know,
I lived on Vernon. Marley right down. I knew him when I was a shorty.
And I mean, like, not that the shit was bad, but the music was inconsistent at first.
Right.
And then at one point, the shit got where like everybody was doing dope shit almost. It was crazy. And like Marley Marl had a big part of that transition as it relates to sound. But I was also like fans of like, coming into like the West when the West had something to say. I felt like I was there from that beginning of that, because I was a fan of like Eazy-E. My sisters, when I was 6th grade when Eazy-E came out. So it's like,
we want Easy.
Imagine that, listening to Easy Does It. I mean, nah, that's before Easy Does It came out after that. But the first Easy album. So it's like, I had the ability to understand what was good and what was bad early. Like it was such.
You had a lot to choose from,
gift,
and I'm thinking coming from Alabama, and now
it was harder though coming from Alabama because we didn't get it until back then. We got it damn near a year later, almost a year later we got it, and that was tough. Except for like those cats that was in tune to the college cats, and that wasn't me. I was like a local, so it was like. You had to be in tune to the niggas that was coming in from college, because you still had niggas from up north coming into college that was fly niggas.
Did you have a heavy accent when you got to college, or did people notice that when you?
Yo, I was so influenced by hip hop.
You changed your whole dialect?
Everything. By the time I got up north, niggas thought I was from up north. Like I had a couple of down south things in me because I was from down south, but I had attached myself more to hip hop than I had to any state. So I was what hip hop was. I was dressed like hip hop, and at that time, East Coast was running hip hop. Like that's hip hop was New York, and I looked like I was from New York. I had everything on that was hip hop. Like that's just I immersed myself in hip hop. Like from the moment I heard Melly Mel, my man played it for me. I heard Melly Mel. I think I was 5 years old or 6 years old, and I was living in Alabama, and I fucking was listening. My cousins played me that shit. Them niggas was like 4 or 5 years older than me, so them niggas knew all of this shit, and they basically was like playing me, like nigga, you a country bumpkin, you don't know nothing about none of this shit, and I
schooling you,
and I didn't know nothing about none of that shit. Niggas played me. It's like a jungle sometimes.
Wow, and
that shit blew my wig back. It was the first time I had heard that shit. I was like, oh shit.
First introduction.
Now I remember that's the first time it touched me. In 4th grade, no, 3rd grade, nigga. This is 3rd grade. Niggas played The Show, Dougie Fresh. That came out when I was in 3rd grade, G.
Yeah.
Then imagine that. I graduated high school in 1995. That shit came out when I was in 3rd grade. I remember this shit. I remember the school. I went to a school called Lewis Adams in Tuskegee, Alabama. I remember this because of that record. I remember all of this because of that record. I could time this whole shit. It's a nigga named Thaddeus Averhart that was a college student that played me that record. And I remember that shit. I was gonna help him wash his car, and he played me that record. And I never forgot it.
And then to have one of the pioneers on stage with you, a la KRS-One, say you are hip hop.
Yeah,
He said that in a freestyle when on the stage. Yeah, that's amazing, bro.
And I mean,
That's dope right there, yo. That is fire.
and if it was someone to be able to gauge that,
Yeah.
who but him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm super thankful for that. And to this day, I run up to him and I remind him. To where now he like, I know, nigga, I remember.
Like I remember.
I just tried to book a tour with him last year.
Wow.
We couldn't get it together. So I stay on his radar. And
what's it like now going into the block party? I'm quite sure you've experienced the block party. Now we got Jay-Z coming back on stage. He's gonna be at the block party and he's opening. No one's seen it coming this direction. I didn't see it
what
coming.
block party are you speaking of?
But they got the picnic.
Oh, the Roots Picnic.
Yeah, I call that the
Roots Picnic.
The Roots Picnic that's like a block party, bro.
It's called the Roots Picnic. The Roots Picnic. The block party is.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Dave shit. Was the
that was
party.
Dave shit that they had. Got you. Don't want to mix it up. Right,
no, don't mix it up. So I want to speak on the Roots Picnic because, first of all, I want to speak on the Roots and their importance to the culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very, very few people that have given them the props that they deserve as the incredible heroes of this, and it's beyond hip hop now, of this music culture.
That's for real.
And then what they have done is unprecedented. And so I want to salute them and all of their efforts. But the Roots Picnic, I was there from the very first one.
Right.
They actually had, it wasn't Dead Prez. I think it was me and M1. It might have been Dead Prez. I can't remember. It might have been Dead Prez. But we performed at the first Roots Picnic ever. I remember it. And
live band sound.
I'm proud
That's crazy.
I am proud that that Tariq, that Black Thought, is a friend of mine. I'm proud that I can say that, man. Like, he's not only the best lyricist in the game.
Yo, he's an alien rapper, bro.
No, he's the best lyricist in the game as we speak.
Oh my God, freestyle off the head. He's
just an exceptional human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think from the ability to do what he want to do, raise his family how he want, to where his music has landed and the household name that he's become. If it's one person that I know and I've met in this entire industry, he deserves all of that. All of it, So the Roots Picnic, man, is very dear to my heart. I try to go anytime I can. If I'm in town, if I'm free, I make my way to Philly. I am going this year to go support him always, no matter who's performing. But this year is special to me because it's Jay.
Yeah.
I love Jay. I love Jay as a person too. So I'm looking forward to going this year. But I'm just looking forward to seeing them consistently do what they're supposed to do and being supportive of them in any way I can be. You know what I mean? I'll be honored for them to call on me to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
They bring out everybody. Man, the whole community comes out.
Niggas, man, and nobody knows, man, the work they put in, man. They put in so much work. You talking about one time in their career, man, they probably was doing like 200 shows a year, man, like consistently. Like, they moved to Europe to pop their shit. They were dedicated to this shit. It was no other angle. They didn't have no other options but moving forward. And shout to Rich, their RIP to their first manager, who put them in the position to be in a position, but it's them that's the vessels, because they listened and they took it way further. Yeah, they crazy, man.
Yes, man.
So I love them. I'll support the Roots Picnic, and anytime I can big it up, I will. You know what I'm saying? So support that shit. Go get your ticket. The shit is almost sold out right now already.
So there's no more block parties for Dave, or is Dave spinning the block with the block parties again, or he's putting it on hiatus?
That's a harder thing to talk about. That's
because it's
personal with him.
Timing is everything.
I will say this: he talks about it often.
Right, he might revisit it then.
He talks about it often.
Dave, man, give us another block party, baby.
We almost got to the point where we got multiple people on the phone to actually organize it.
Right.
He talks about it that much.
That's much right.
But I don't know, man. You know, I think his ultimate way to bring the block party back is to bring back the original assets that created those sounds. So he wouldn't want to do it unless all the Fugees could make it. He wouldn't want to do it unless he could do it with, you know, he want to bring another element of that. Like he had ideas of bringing Outkast back together to do it. And like, you know, that kind of thing. Bring
people that really don't do it but can do it
to do it,
and probably do it because he's asking. That's what's up.
But you know, it just hasn't happened because Dave is fucking busy as hell. And
right.
And you know, the funny thing is when he wants to do it, it will happen. You know?
Right. Yeah. Man, that's our time, man. I want to give a big shout out to your boy Umi. Man, I appreciate you finally getting you to sit down and share some wisdom. And any last parting words you want to give to the masses?
Man, you know what it is. I appreciate you, bro. I want to tell the masses, man, you know, separate yourself, bro. You know, don't be considered the masses either. You know, be considered the exceptional, you know, the top 10th, nigga, and like put yourself in a box that nobody can get in. You know, figure that everybody has a gift, man. We all got our superpowers. Tap in. Find out what yours is, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And zap these niggas till you get what you want, you know what I'm saying?
True
Love,
that.
you know what I mean?
Ezim TV, salute.